Banger. All right, let's tune
I
in.
apologize if this offends anybody, but the fat lady has sung, at least in terms of the testimony in the Diddy case, because the prosecution has rested and the...
All right, guys. Um, the Diddy trial winner. Okay, let's go.
As we told you the other day, is
That's
not going to call a single witness. This case is going to be over as early as Friday. So the closing arguments are now set for Thursday. Presumably, it will not take more than a day, and the jury could get this case on Friday. Now, I say as early as Friday, I don't think that's going to happen, because based on everything we have heard, this is a complicated case. And I just don't see the jury all agreeing on all counts at the beginning, or even a day or two in. It feels to me, and I may be wrong, but it feels to me like there's going to be a lot of discussion and arguing, because even if they agree on two of the counts, the remaining ones they may disagree on, and the judge is going to want some closure on everything.
Damn. Facts or not facts?
To the extent they can do it, certainly before declaring a mistrial. So, look, I see this going into next week. The complicating factor is that next week is the 4th of July. 4th is on Friday.
Damn. Unbelievable. Wow. Hey guys, let me know y'all thoughts on this situation, man, cause you know I am lost, and I'm seeing where this is going, type stuff.
Now, on Thursday, court is closed, but the judge could make the jury continue to deliberate Thursday, and even though the court is closed, we could get a jury verdict on a court holiday. We don't know if that's going to happen. We don't know if the judge is going to actually do that, but we know that's an option left up.
Bro, why these people love courts so much? Like, bro, that's
the judge. So we will see.
Like, I feel like it's too much, you know, energy you have to put into like taking somebody to like courts and stuff like that, and it's not needed type stuff.
I gotta tell you something before.
He said, I do what I want. Know what? That's what that boy said, but not me, gang.
Get into these comments, which are really interesting. The case right now is very scattered on the prosecution's part, because that's the way these cases are. You have a bunch of different witnesses talking about different things. You know, which part is RICO, which part is consent, which part is the Mann Act. This is the key. When both sides try to put the case together in closing arguments, I cannot stress to you how important closing arguments are. Thursday is make or break. This is where prosecutors have to paint a picture of Diddy as a racketeer, as someone who cajoles and forces people into these freak-offs, somebody who intentionally brings sex workers from one state to another, paying them money to engage in sexual acts.
What? Bruh. Do you guys see anything wrong with that? Isn't that like the real legit like lifestyle anybody have access to do? Then I guess everybody in the world is a criminal then. Cause I feel like that lifestyle it's like it is noticeable in this world. Like even I've seen that there is stuff like that is going on in the world right now. Like,
This is where they have to
I
paint
know
that
that
picture and
prostitution
paint
is
it
like
beyond a reasonable doubt.
it's like
Now,
an
the
okay
prosecutor,
thing
Comey,
people are
is a
doing.
master at this. She did an amazing job in the Maxwell case. And I would
Yeah,
expect
I think he
she's
said
going to
he
be
mentioned
as
something about
compelling as can
prostitutes,
be
right?
on Thursday.
Yeah, let me stop
Now, the
saying
defense
that word
has
before
a lot of firepower.
they make a big
I
deal
don't
out
know
of
if it's
this.
going to be Tenny
But man,
Garrigus or
like
Mark Agnifilo or somebody
I'm
else.
an open
My
book,
sense
guys.
is it's going to be
Like,
Tenny
don't judge
Garrigus
me.
who is going to deliver the defense's closing. And we know
I don't
what they're
have
going to
many
do is
friends.
they're
I
going to
don't talk
focus
to
on
people.
reasonable doubt. They're going to
So,
say, we didn't call any witnesses
if
because
I'm
the
sharing my
prosecution never
thoughts
proved its case.
on my computer,
And they will go through a
it should
litany
be okay,
of things
right?
and
Yeah,
essentially
the people
end with
shouldn't make a
arguing
big deal out of
that
this.
the prosecution
People
is
should
engaging
see
in
this as a
bedroom
TV
police, that
channel.
this is a
Somebody,
prosecution of bedroom police
entertaining
against
you type stuff.
Sean
Like,
Diddy Combs. That's what they are going to argue.
yeah,
Now, you may have heard that
I
the
don't
defense
do
asked
too
today
much
that all the charges be dismissed,
outgoing,
that
'cause
the
I know
judge
all
should
of this
dismiss them
drama
because
and
the
stuff.
prosecution didn't prove its
Yeah,
case.
man.
There's a lot less here than
God
meets
has
the eye.
blessed me
This
with
is
abundance
not
of wisdom, so I try
unusual.
to
In
use
fact,
it
it's
type
standard
shit.
operating procedure that the defense
But
does
yeah, man,
this. And they
this is
do it to preserve their
unbelievable.
right on appeal. The
Sucks.
judge almost always denies
Nobody
that
likes
motion.
court,
It
bro.
will be
Nobody
denied here.
likes
This case
jail
will go
time.
to the
Nobody
jury.
likes
Now, yesterday I asked people
even being stuck at your own
just
house.
chime in on winners and
boring.
losers. That's what we're
Imagine
talking about here.
going to
So who is the winner and
small
who is
box
the loser at this point? And I
for
invited people to
some
comment.
months, weeks,
There's some real
whatever.
interesting comments here. So let's go through a couple
if
of
he
them.
end up
Okay.
being convicted,
This is Miguel Hernandez.
hope he's not.
Diddy is a
But yeah,
freak
man,
dude, no
nobody
doubt
wants to
about
go
that.
through that bullshit,
But
bro.
the way all of this
It's
is coming
just
out,
not
piece
cool
by
at all.
piece, story after story,
But people
it feels
claim
less
it's
like
just
a search for
lessons and
justice
shit.
and more
But you-
like
man, it's dumb,
character
bro. Like,
assassination
we
via
should
legal
live
means.
a
Okay,
righteous
the next one,
path,
Stacy.
man. Like,
I don't think the
for sure,
prosecution
man.
team
And
has
the
proven
cops
its case
should
totally.
also live
I think
a
some
righteous
arguments
life
were put
and
forward,
do their job
interesting,
very well,
to
man.
shame
Like,
Diddy.
it will help everybody.
That's kind of an
for sure.
interesting
Like,
take. Okay,
they do
that's
it right,
absolutely
the
correct.
right way.
That it's
Like,
bedroom
nah,
policing. It's not a RICO
not
case.
the bad way.
It's a
like the
FRICO
right way.
case.
You feel me?
Next one.
Yeah, you feel me? It will help.
The number one thing I tell
Yeah,
every
you know.
Fort Worth home buyer looking for the
But
best
yeah,
deal is this. Right now, the
Yeah,
bad
the cops, the judges,
I would say the guy
especially
isn't
the
guilty
judges,
of RICO,
the
nor the 2
jurors,
counts
the
of sex trafficking of
prosecutors,
Cassie and Jane.
they should be
They took
righteous,
individual
like, they
bad
should live
acts from
that
relationships,
righteous
put
life,
them
but,
together,
like,
and claimed
for sure,
RICO.
man.
No
And
criminal
do- and-
enterprise.
And have
The
mercy
next one.
upon some people.
I mean, this is
man,
interesting.
like,
So far, 4
especially
people are
me,
saying
if,
not guilty.
you know, like,
What's
like,
coming out about Diddy
you know, they
lately
should
is
show
seriously
mercy on people
disturbing.
like us, man.
The way
Like
he
me, man. I
manipulates
would love
people
to
and
get that
controls
luck,
the
bro.
narrative while maintaining a
And,
polished public image reminds me of a book I
and,
read called
yeah, if you get
Exquisite
that
Psychopath
luck, bro,
by Joanne
case
Brose.
dismissed,
It's
bro.
not about celebrities, but it perfectly
Hey,
explains how some people
just
hide
don't do it again,
calculated,
man. You feel me?
harmful behavior
Type shit.
behind charm
Or
and status. After
you stay
reading
innocent
it,
type
you
shit,
start
right?
seeing situations like
That's
this
that's
in
my
a whole
thoughts,
new
bro,
light.
on some
I
real
gotta
shit.
say,
But yeah, man.
this is the most
They should-
interesting of
they should
all
dismiss that
because
shit.
I think what
'Cause-
this person is saying is what the prosecution is going to argue in closing, that you strip the veneer off Diddy and what you get is this character who is
For sure, though. But man, I can't believe this. That's just
much
really,
darker than the
can't
person
believe this.
he presents himself as. And I think this is a really strong argument. Okay, another. For me, it's a slam dunk for conviction. For the kidnapping charge, he performed extortion from Cassie's mother, caught Cassie
can't
near the
believe
elevators and
this.
continued to kick her while she was unconscious. And the important part, he dragged her back into the room.
Jeez.
For the forced labor, that's a no-brainer.
Damn, how many times have we saw that clip like months ago, and they still on that clip? Come on, man, get out of here.
For the bribery, a no-brainer. Obstruction of justice, physical
Hey,
violence,
yeah, but it's really like that out here, bro. Yeah, man.
drug offenses, etc., all to support his
No
ongoing illegal
paperworks.
activities. What was illegal? Illegal drugs, helping trap the women, sex trafficking, controlling women through coercion, etc.
Hey, thumbs this video up if you're going through some court situation right now. I want to see some. Leave a comment if you're going through some court situations right now. What you going through? Let me know.
All being set up by employees who step up, clean up, brought the drugs, helped in the bribery, etc. He didn't
Sheesh.
do it for money. He did it for power. I gotta say,
Sheesh.
these are impressive comments on both sides. That last one felt like a closing argument to me. Okay, next.
Don't do it
I studied Homeland Security in
What?
college, and I agree with the defense that I am surprised that Homeland Security spends so much time in Puffy's bedroom and very little on terrorism that is happening in our country. Okay, I'm going to read maybe 4 more. If I was a juror, I would have a big conversation with all the jurors and probably get everyone to see that please
Damn.
don't let him date your daughter.
No homo, but damn, bro. Y'all see bro veins popping out? Sheesh. He is not to be effed with, Brody.
He is not a role model
He'll knock
or
you
a
into a coma type shit. You feel me?
normal boyfriend to be proud of. I still have reasonable doubt on his charges and would vote on him being
So what he tried to say is he popped that crap and he can back it up type shit. You feel
guilty.
me?
He's not
Yeah,
innocent,
you can't mess
but the
with
charges
dog,
he's up have not been proven. Okay, couple more.
She said, bro, leave me
Bring up
alone.
Iran in his defense
Let
just
me
tells
run
me
my
they have
business type
nothing
shit,
and
you
are
feel me?
reaching. That may be rethought, bringing that up. I agree this is a RICO case. They've already proved it's Cassie's testimony.
though.
Plus, he paid her off and still paying another policing in the bedroom about that statement. I'm not sure what that means. I would say,
He's not sure
all the
what that
children
means.
that don't have fathers on their birth certificate. That's a policy that should be done, but isn't
What the
done
fuck?
either. Having a little
Already.
that one. Okay, 2 more. I'm a woman, and I would not find him guilty. This whole case seemed more like a performance
I
for the
would not
public
find
from
him
day one.
guilty.
Humiliating and shaming him. If it were strictly a DV case, domestic violence, I would say guilty, but it's not. Is he a bad person? Yes, absolutely. Is he guilty of these charges? No. Courts are supposed to rule on laws, not morals. That's a defense argument in closing. And finally, these adults were into this kinky, toxic lifestyle. That's their business and their choice. That kind of lifestyle can turn dangerous, of course, but they all participated willingly.
Yeah. Cause like I said in one of my videos, it is not simple to have an American girl say to do stuff like that for quite some time, not say anything for a long time, and I'm guessing they've dated for a year probably, or no, I don't know how long they dated for, but if they dated for more than a year and they there is now coming out as stuff like this, then yeah, man, they all willingly play a part. Like it's not simple to have American women doing stuff like that. They 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 gotta be on that for sure. They gotta be on that for real, for them to for you to get the chance to do that stuff. You feel me?
My
If they
choice
not on that,
can't
they
just be
not
a
on
slogan
that type stuff.
when
you know?
used as a
feel
convenient
me?
method.
Yeah.
So that's a smattering of what people are saying. And I got to say, some of
Yeah,
these
bro.
things are the very things you're
They
going to
tough. Them girls tough. Like really tough.
hear what
So,
the lawyers on both sides are going to be saying in court on Thursday. Again,
They
the jury
tough.
could get this case Friday. We could get a verdict as
sure.
early as Friday. I don't think that's going to happen. So stay tuned. And I'm also told that when a verdict comes down, the judge is not going to have a long interlude before reading it. It's going to happen.
All right, guys. You know what to do, man. Hey, leave a comment, man. You gotta comment something, man. You have to. If you don't, you still look good. For sure. Alright, but look though, it's Midas. Midas Kofi Records. Midas Kofi, aka Kofi Interfo. Alright, guys. Hit the like button. Leave a comment. More videos on the way. Insane videos still uploaded on the channel. Tune in. Yeah, and watch all my videos. And I want you to know I am thankful to know you. Stay blessed. One love. Hey, don't forget to sub up to this channel, alright?